Hello, good morning. Happy Tuesday. How are you all doing today? Let's see. Let's see. I just got a message right as I switched over. I don't think. Let's see. I'll check. I'll take a look at that later. It doesn't look that important right now. Anyways, this week we have two streams. Today we're continuing on the stream manager, which means working on the what is it called? Anathema. I keep on it's like a something, and then my brain immediately goes to alacrity, which obviously is incorrect. Esitsu, hello. How are you doing today? Tuesdays aren't real. Only Mondays, part 2. At which point does it switch to a Friday? Is that just Friday it switches to it? Or is it just Monday, second Monday, third Monday, Friday Eve, and then Friday? Is that how it works? We should figure this out. All right. What's the order of events I need to start these up on? I don't remember. Let's see. This is. Let's run you. No, I don't need to run you. Right. I run you through Stream Manager. That's what it is. So you. There we go. And we have the. Oh, right. I remember now. The problem where we have Anathema and it's updating every other message that we send it. And I did reach out to Togglebit on his Discord, and we chatted back and forth a little bit. And I think we figured out what the problem is. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to join him on his stream, but he went through it and sort of discovered that there's a setter that we're supposed to use, and that will cause the refresh to happen. So let's go ahead and find that. This is in our front end, probably in the lib. So how's the register component? Send messages. Okay, and so we have our component, message, state.name, and then we're getting, okay, so message to into. So I believe what we're supposed to be doing here is instead of setting it, we want to set this to be the new value, which is message, which the message is a string. So just like that. So if we run you, now we see it updating properly. No flashing in or out, nothing else. So that's great. So now what I want to do is get a message from we need to get a message from the main app, don't we? And right now, okay, so we have run happening here. Okay, so we get our config. We get the receiver for the stream events. We spawn the stream events. Now this spawns, doesn't it? Which is a potential problem. Or maybe not. Can I actually run this? Oh, there's nothing in my paste buffer. So I can't actually use that. Because up here, Where is it? Where's the login thing? Stream events. Direct feed like that, that's fine. Isn't there a login somewhere? That's my run. Oh, we have a front end run back here. Stream manager run. So that's my run there. Ooh, okay. So now if I put you below here, I don't think this runs at all, right? Maybe it does? No, it still doesn't have anything in my paste buffer, so... Oh, geez. What do I want to do? Do I want to... I can't await for this to run because this is running forever, and this is running forever. But I need this to get me the code. Because if we head over to this run, okay, so we have that print line running Twitch events listener. Yeah, we start a server here. Get the user token. So I feel like I need this to be a completely separate process that I await on first to run. Because once I can get that code, then we can start doing cool things with it. So I need to separate out the getting of the token with everything else. That's fun. Twitch auth? Should I call that Twitch auth? Maybe. Zilby wandered in, but he's under the desk, so I don't have a good place to put a camera on him. But he is technically here hanging out. All right, so it's basically, okay, so code center, code receiver. Yeah, so it's part of this. So we get the catch the auth server. We get the user token. And then we can create the Helix client. So if I can pass in whatever this Helix... Okay, so if I can pass in this user token into here, then we're fine. And I can do that in another process. I need to take ownership of it and not run the other ones until that's done. How would I do that? Because everything's async, right? Can I do a blocking? Is there a way for me to do an async thing but have it be blocking? I don't know if that... Does that even make sense? All I really want to do, I can shut the other one down as soon as I'm finished with it, right? Because I don't need to log in anymore. So I can run that once. So let's say, like up here, I'm able to... get the login token. We need to wait until we get we get the login, the token. And then we can run the rest of this. Now, spawn does things asynchronously. Spawns a new asynchronous task, returning a join handle for it. Okay. So let's... If I create another channel, and inside of here, I don't want to run you until I have the user token. This is standard MPSC. I can also use the Tokyo channels. I don't think I've played with those before. So this would be user login. Skimmis, hello. How are you doing today? Oh, right. We tried one shot before. And that was breaking things. Why did that break things? A one-shot channel is used for sending a single message between asynchronous tasks. If the receiver is closed before receiving a message, is it gonna force the thing to wait on it? Because if that's the case, that's exactly what I want. Now I could potentially run all of the login code directly from here, can't I? Because we can see this starts the server. And so I want that to be like up here maybe. Now this is in the Tokyo spawn. I could return a join handle for this. Catch auth start server. And then I have to do the code sender. Oh, okay. So I just have to do this to get that. So, okay, catch auth. I need, okay, and this is a one-shot channel. Okay. So what if I take that? Throw you in there. So now I have the code sender. So I don't need the user login sender anymore. I'm going to have the code sender. And then I want to catch the auth server. That was exactly the same thing. Okay, so then I get Then I get the auth server. And so I need to get the code. All right, code receiver. Blocking recv. Blocking receive to call outside of asynchronous context. Wait, am I in? I'm in async. I can't use blocking. Try recv. Wait, what did I do before? So I get code receiver. I pass that to get user token. That's an async. Code receiver. Get response URL. Code receiver. Oh, because you do a code receiver await to get it out. That's all you need to do. Okay, code receiver await. So, why did I return this? The code equals code receiver. Can I not await? There's no error here, so I might as well. Why am I moving this to main? As a test here for right now, and then I potentially am going to move it over to its own module. I want to see if I can do this outside of the Twitch events listener and then shut down the server. Because I need it to be separate from the other one so I can get all this stuff and then I could launch the Twitch events listener in one thread and this in a completely another thread. That's what I need, but I need this first before that other thing starts because otherwise this is not working. Okay, so expect, and then what did we expect? Okay, and I'm gonna kind of want to just grab that. So you import all your stuff. No code actions. Oh, catch auth is not available. Where is catch auth? Okay, so I get the user token. Where did I get catch auth from? It's from catch auth. Wait a second. Is this? Oh, because it's a workspace. Members catch off. Okay. Oh, can I make that? Oh, I can make this public, can I? Can't I just return what I need from the spawn? You can't return out of a spawn, right? I don't think so, right? Because it's asynchronous, it's just running. I can return the join handle, but what I need to do is I need to get this authentication code. This URL from the authentication side of things. I need to get that first. And then I can run the Twitch events listener. And I can run the front end. So, but I don't want this to end. Like, I don't want it to like return and stop running. So like, can I run this and then wait for this to be done doing its thing to start running this? Yes, I can. Ooh, okay. How do I do that? Because that would be the best. Because if I get the handle for this, it's a join handle. So how do I? How would I use this though to wait for the first part of this to finish running and have the second part start? Because it's essentially doing two things, right? Twitch Events Listener is starting the web server, waiting for me to paste the thing in and log in, gets the code, and sends it on a message. Like, it feels like I need to do that separately. And that's why I was thinking about breaking out the web server side of things and getting the authentication out. So I could run that separately and then wait for it to finish and then kill it. Which run? This specific run? Yes, this is the Twitch Events Listener that we were going over. And so run start, it creates a one-shot channel. It starts a Axum web server. It then runs the get user tokens that basically opens up a reader on a CLI for me to interactively paste in. Oh no, sorry, it doesn't. Not for me to interactively paste in a token. That's what it used to do. It copies a URL to my paste buffer. I can then go over to a browser, put that in there, hit return, and then that will then send a message that's caught by our web server. that web server then extracts the URL, creates a specialized Twitch URL, and then sends that on the code sender. The code get user token will then receive this with the code receiver and extract the user token, which it passes back here. And then I can use that to start up the actual events listener. And that's what's happening here. So the problem I'm running into is that if I want to run this thing at the same time, I need to wait for the authentication side to finish before I run the front end. Because if I don't have this here, I guess it would be helpful if I saved it. Why are you still running? What did I do? Is that in a library? Oh, because I'm in the front end. That's okay. Well, maybe it's not a problem. Yeah, okay. So you got that. Now I'm curious whether or not everything's been fine and I just didn't realize what directory I was in. Too many levels of symbolic links. Loading the Hello Q template. Huh, that's interesting. You'd have return the code and shut down the server and have a second run that starts the Helix client. Well, that's kind of what I was going to start doing, right? Like I was playing around with it in the main file, but I would eventually extract those all out to their own module. And then that way I could get all the token stuff and then pass it into the Twitch events listener run here. So that's what I was thinking of doing. Now, how would I want to not run these though yet? I guess another thing that we can do is that we can put this into a separate function, right? So I could have something like start server. So what if I do something like instead of start server, it's like get code. And so we're going to create the code there, and catch the auth server, and get the user token. And so if I do that, I want to, what is this returning? This is a user token, but it's not just that. It's a result with user token in it. We need to pass in the config. But I have this passed in to me already. Okay, so this is config. And it looks like you could be just a reference to it. Okay, so if I do that, now I pass into you, I want the user token, and that's going to be an owned user token. That makes you happy. Okay, so step 1. Now this is happening inside of a spawn, but it's all in the async. Okay, so if I get that, okay, so ooh, it can't find get code. Why not? Don't want the config. You're saved. You're public, right? I should be able to get access to you. Oh, where did that run come from? Twitch events listener, config is that. Get code. Huh. You don't know what's going on. I shouldn't need to get code is a function. Takes one argument. Okay, so we have our reference to the config there. Mismatch type, stream manager, config, and config have similar names. What type of, oh, Twitch events listener config. That one. Okay, so we do that. Get the user token. Pass an user token to you. Expected 2 arguments, found 3, but haven't I changed that? Aren't you now 3? You are. I'm curious. If I try to run this again, do I have that problem here? No. Okay. So it's just Helix is having fun. Okay. So I authorize over there. Okay. So that part works. But okay. So then it gets past here and now attempts to run this handle, which theoretically was started working. Yeah, running Twitch events listener. But this one failed to work because it's loading the Hello Q template. First time chat with a link? That doesn't sound right. Don't go to that link. Please don't do your first time chat as just a link. I'm going to. All right, timed out. All right, can I do an LSP restart on this? All right, so much better. Helix is no longer yelling at me about all sorts of stuff that it doesn't know what it's talking about. That's great. Now, why are you upset? Too many levels of symbolic links. Now that's from Anathema, right? So front end run and front end. Okay, yeah, path front end, which I think is the Anathema here. No, maybe that's hello Q. I mean, it's the because it's here. Front end. Go to the main library. We have run like that. Called result unwrap on an error value, loading the hello Q template. Okay, loading the hello Q template. Read a string. Oh, templates, hello Q. Oh, because you don't exist. I do have templates in here. Too many levels of symbolic links. That's what our problem is. There's our template.aml, but then we also have templates. And that brings us there. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to maybe that's what I want. Ooh, okay. So there we go. That's good. So now I need another channel in the stream manager. And that's going to be sending a message in here for what I want. So like in this case, like usernames for the hello Q. So I want a maybe you create. I want you to create the channel? No, I don't want to have you create the channel because I won't ever get that out. So instead, I want to create the channel here and then pass in the receiver to front end. And that's in main. So I need a receiver to come in here. So if I do, this is going to be a, was I going to stop the Axum server? I mean, I probably should, but I guess, do I need to? There's no reason to keep it running, but I'll probably have to do something for that. Imizaquel, hello. How are you doing today? Also, raiding with a party one. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream? What were you working on today? I probably want a single receiver and sender for all of these. So I probably want like a front end sender and a front end receiver. And which version of the channel do I want to use? There's two channels that I see here. Tokyo Sync Watch channel. Creates a new watch channel, returning, let's see, all values sent by sender will become visible to the receiver handles. Only the last value sent is made available to the receiver half. Oh, wait, what? Doesn't sound great. There's an unbounded channel. Creates an unbounded MPSC channel for communicating between asynchronous tasks without back pressure. A send on this channel will always succeed as long as the receive half has not been closed. If the receiver falls behind, messages will be arbitrarily buffered. That sounds perfect. Is there any others? A one-shot receiver with the graceful shutdown will probably do. Oh, right, because they added graceful shutdown. That's now a thing in Axum. Oh, I totally forgot that they added that in. Yeah. Hold on. So let's do another one-shot here, right? So get the code. Okay, so let's do a this is a get code shutdown okay, and I'm gonna pass in the receiver to this here. So you're going to be upset at me for a second, and it's going to be fine. Don't worry about it. I don't want to switch events listener. Yeah. This is the get the shutdown. Is basically the shutdown event, which is going to be a one-shot. It's a receive. It says receiver. What kind of receiver? Do I just say receiver? Oh, would this be under one shot? Huh. Hold on, what am I doing here? Because I'm using the same thing here. Okay, code receiver. Oh yeah, Tokyo Sync one-shot receiver. So I need that. Okay, so shutdown receiver. I mean, I don't even really care what's in here, right? Like I just send a message on it, and as soon as it sends, we're good to go. Oh, you just put it directly inside of get code. Oh yeah, that's a good idea because then I return the thing and I'm doing yeah. It's a good idea. That's not what I want. I want you to go away. Why are you upset now? What did I do? Because I don't need this thing anymore. Okay, so I duplicate this, and this will be a shutdown sender, shutdown receiver. It's a one shot. We catch that. We do that. So spawn start server. I'm going to pass in the shut down receiver. Get the user token, and so once I have that, I want to now send a message to the shutdown sender. Send, and then I don't really care what this is. It can just be that. Does this never fail? That never fails, right? Mismatch types. Interesting. I think that's not correct. Shutdown sender. Why do you think that? Oh, because I copied that. Now you're happy again. Start server. Okay, this has a sender URL, and then I also want a receiver. So this is a shutdown event is a receiver. That in it. Yeah. I eventually got that as Itsu. Thank you for that, though. Okay, so we have Axum serve. Does this? No, it's not that. I haven't actually looked up how to do a shutdown. I wonder if it's we should probably just look it up. Oh, chain it after serve. Oh, with graceful shutdown, prepares the server to handle graceful shutdown when the provided future completes. Okay, and then a shutdown signal. Okay, so if I do that, we have an async block. And then I want... Oh, and the receiver is the future? Oh, because it is, isn't it? So then I can just hand it shutdown event. Oh, cool. Expected receiver to be a feature that resolves to nothing, but it resolves to a result. Can I map the how do I get rid of the result? Oh, these are snippets now. Yeah, I need to wrap it with an async. Yeah, that would have been really cool if I could have done that. I think the easiest way for me to do this is just handle this with a function, right? That cannot fail here. So if I just have an async function, handle shutdown event, it returns nothing, right? So when it returns, it's going to do the thing, right? And so I shutdown event is that type of receiver. I want to catch this. Tea Kettle Drone, hello. How are you doing today? So let's see. I want to... I can't pass the event, can I? Because I'm going to... Here's how I'm thinking I'm going to do this. We're going to with graceful shutdown and then pass in handle shutdown event and pass in the shutdown event like that. I think that'll work. And so then I just want this to return as soon as I get something, right? So this just awaits the thing. So, I mean, can I just return shutdown event dot await? And then unwrap that, which means I don't have to do a return. I just do shutdown event await unwrap. Yeah, you're thinking of another language while async is different. I constantly get that problem too, where it's like, oh, which language am I in again? Right. Let me warm up to this one. T. Kelly, you're doing fine. Excellent. Well, that's great to hear. I'm doing pretty good too. Let's see. Handle shutdown event. Do that stuff. That's all gonna be good. Okay, so now theoretically this should do the shutdown event when that thing sends. So now the server should shut down. You should be happier here now too. We don't need this join handle. So you should all be fine and happy. That's great. We can double check that this runs the way we expect it to. Okay. Great. Okay. Now, could I see that with a PS? I'm not actually sure I could see the Axum server with a PS, can I? Maybe a top? I mean, okay, so if I have a top running on the left, if I rerun you, I'm not necessarily seeing anything that I can say is like, hey, this is what I'm expecting it to be. Okay, how about my PS? No, I don't see that either. Just the full thing running. Yeah, I don't actually know a good way to like absolutely know for certain that it has completely finished. So, yeah, I don't know. Okay, so we now know this is working. It's working as expected. We now need a way to send something to our front end. Do I await the server? Can you print when it ends? I do. Let's see. When I get the code, I await that. And I throw that into a Tokyo spawn. That's here. Oh, wait. I could join handle await, can't I? So I could do something like... Wait, what are you upset? Unreused result. Can I do a context? The context for this is... We do that. And then can I catch auth server? It's not join, is it? It's something else. I feel like this is a more of a how Tokyo works thing, is it? Like I can await, but what will that really do? Checks if the task associated with this join handle is finished. Please note this method can return false even if abort has been called on a task. This is because it may take some time. Okay, so I can is finish this. So if is finished. Oh, await ensures that it finishes. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure about that. So if I do catch auth server, and we'll just await this, and then we're good to go. Why are you upset? Because this is the right type of result, right? Yeah, it's an error result. So context should handle that. So now I want to rerun this again to see if maybe method cannot be called on result due to unsatisfied trait bounds. Really? Shut down sender, send. Wait a second. What type of result are you? Are you a real result? The error variant is not an... Okay, where's the send? Oh, it's not in here because... Oh, there it is. Result. What type of result are you? Okay, so it's an enum result. Context only works when it is a standard error, but it is nothing. So it's because they're not making this a real error. Oh. I don't like that. This would be so much better if it was a real error. So what can I do then? I guess I can map error. It's kind of a real error. No, I can't just question mark you, right? Yeah, because you're not the right type of error. Okay, so if I map the error, right, because you're just that, so I don't really care what you are. So I want an yeah, an error. And then this would be we can do that. That might work. Okay, now you have that to. I can context you though. This is waiting for Axum server to close. Why did it wait? Unused result. Wait, no. What? This is totally being used as a result. What are you talking about? Now I'm confused. Oh, it's a double result? It is indeed a double result. Oh, yeah, totally see that now. Oh, wait, result. Oh, fun. Oh, lovely. Gotta love seeing things like this. This is the kind of stuff that somebody would look into the language and go like, why would anybody ever use this language? Okay. Expected 1 argument, found 2, so shut down receiver. Start server, shut down receiver. Wait. Yeah, shut down event receiver. Did I not save you? Oh, I totally saved you. How far can we go? Let's nest 1,000 results. Yeah, let's create a macro that just adds in nested results to literally everything. So that way you always get an even 1,000. Better yet, maybe it rolls a random dice and adds a random number of results. So you can have a random number of question marks in your code. Okay, there we go. Things are working again. All right, so the server is shutting down and we know that it's shutting down. Next up, we need to send a message to the front end so that we know when. Send a message to the front end. That way it can receive the users to display. Schrodinger's result. Oh, that would be even better. Turn a compile time result. I guess like a compile time result is sort of like a front end type thing. That's our unwrap. That's just an unwrap. Unwrap is Schrodinger's result, right? All right, Zilby's here on his thing. I'm gonna fix the camera so we can all take a look at him. Okay, let's see. Cat time. Oh, Shandu, have you heard of Schrodinger's cat? Devsis Watch. Hello. How are you doing today? I am working on a stream manager. The idea is that I want just like a bunch of little tools and other things that I as a streamer can do like some cool stuff with. The first thing we're working on right now is a hello queue. So the first time that anybody sends a message in the stream, I want to see that, right? So like here I can see, oh look, I got a message from Tea Kettle. So I want to be able to say like, hey Tea Kettle, we haven't seen you yet today. So hi, how are you doing today? Devis Watch, we saw you sent 2 messages, so I only want to see you once, right? So that way I don't say hello to you twice. I can then just respond to what you're saying as opposed to also hello. So that's what we're working on, and we're going to be doing the interface in a tool called Anathema, which is a CLI front end written by Togglebit, who is another Rust streamer on Twitch. Shandu, okay, so you haven't heard. So fun fact, Schrodinger's cat was a thought experiment, which it was actually, the name was Schrodinger, right? His name was Schrodinger. He fun fact, he really thought it was he thought he was making something that was like stupid, like that everyone would go like, this doesn't make any sense, except it's kind of caught a lot of attention, and most people think of it as actual, like a real thing, and that it's one of those quantum mechanic type things. So he was not super, I don't think he would have been happy with how serious people talk about it as. The general idea, though, is that if you take a box and you take, I don't want to use a cat because, well, I guess I should use a cat because it is Schrodinger's cat, right? So you take a box and you put a cat into the box, and you took a radioactive element and you put that into the box too. And that radioactive element is like a little timer, essentially, because when it decays enough, it will then release something that would, unfortunately, cause the cat to no longer be living, which is horrible thought experiment, which is why it should never be put and done for real. While the box is closed, you cannot see the cat. You don't know when the element will run out and therefore cause the death to happen. So therefore, the thought experiment is, quantum mechanics wise, that cat is both alive and dead at the same time, right? Because nobody can observe the cat. Therefore, the cat is alive and dead in both states at the same exact time. So whenever you hear somebody say like Schrodinger's something, like Schrodinger's results, it's that you have one, multiple, or none. It's an unknown state, so you have them all at the same time. That's the idea behind it. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Schrodinger himself really didn't like it, and was trying to make fun of people thinking about that with it, and accidentally added fuel to the fire. Oh, Shandu, thank you so much for the 5-stream streak. The experiment is even worse because the cat is an alive entity. It can observe itself. So that's kind of silly as well. Okay, so coming back from quantum mechanics that may or may not make any kind of sense, I want to take these messages and we want to create some kind of like message system that we can send to the front end here. So I probably want, now the front end is built directly in here, so I have access to it. But I kind of feel that as in the stream manager itself, should be the one who sort of like knows what's going on. And I don't think this would be an event. It's a type of something. Messages. It's like sending some message to the front end. Maybe it should be owned by the front end. Okay, so what would this would be a single event. Event data, just event messages. I think it would be an event, right? I think it would just be an event. So let's touch events.rs. Okay, good. Now you know about this. So if we have like a pub enum events, and what are the possible events? So this is just message sent, right? Do I really care about message sent or hello? Like, okay, so like a hello message. And then all I care about is the user. So this would be a string for the username. Okay, so we get a chat message. So stream event chat message. We get the username out of here. And I probably want a function for the hello queue stuff to do its thing. And we don't have a hello queue, right? And it's in a template, but that's not the same thing. So I probably want, let's do handled chat message. Yeah, let's just do hello queue. So touch hello queue rs. Okay. I don't think this needs to be asynchronous because all we're going to do is we're going to handle which users we've seen and then go from there. I mean, I think that would work, right? Or do I just send everybody off and then so we have to figure out where do I want the logic, the business logic for this to exist? Because the business logic is really just to filter out duplicate users here. And I could do that on the front end, or I could do that here where I'm having to keep track of all the users that we've gotten. And I'm not necessarily sure what the best place for this is. Because either way, a state is going to have to be maintained somewhere. Where should the state be? If I, let's see, I'm actually now curious. If I do a hello queue in here, can I just hold a variable in memory and update that variable to sort of like keep in mind what we've got here? Or is that going to cause or is that just not going to work? The state is in backend might make the work more complicated though. Yeah, the front end state would be actually really simple, but you're right. I don't think it's the right place to put it. I think the right place is to put it in the back end here. So if I do hello queue, so now we're going to say we're going to get a username. So it's going to be a string. I'm okay taking I'm okay taking ownership of it right now. I don't know if I need to care about sending this out. Oh, I need to send a receiver out too. I'll deal with that in a little bit. Okay. So what is a test? What's the smallest thing we can do to verify and validate if, okay, is this hello queue, this function is going to run multiple times. And so it resets every single time. Can I create, I mean, I could do a const. So can I do a const, like scene usernames? And that's going to be, now can I make you a vec? Is this going to be happy with a vec? And can I make that a bunch of stirs? And so I'll start with, oh, is this going to be okay? Doesn't hate it so far. And so the first thing I want to do is I want to check to see if the username is in the vec. So if not, scene usernames contains, it's a string, right? So I want username as stir. Huh, it expects a double? Interesting. Okay, so if I have not seen this username, really, I want to do the other way around. If I have seen this username, I want to, for right now, we're going to print line and just saying, I've seen this username before. Skipping. Which I think should just show up on the screen, but otherwise, I'm not sure what a best way for us to deal with this is. Otherwise, oh, and then we can return here. So we're not going to do anything. Otherwise, I want to add the username in. So we're going to do scene usernames. I'm going to push in username as stir. And then, okay, so if I just do that. And so instead of gotta chat, okay, so let's do gotta chat there, and then also do hello queue and pass in username. Okay, we're going. Oh, an ad break started. All right, I'm gonna take this time to take a quick break myself, go use the restroom, and I will be right back. Oh, and also, TT, hello. How are you doing today? Sorry, I'm gonna be right back, and then we'll chat. All right, so I don't think we've gotten any messages. Unfortunately, this only works in Twitch, so YouTube won't actually receive these messages. I've been told and seen multiple times that APIs to get chat on YouTube are not fun. We could eventually maybe do that, but probably right now we're going to focus on Stream Manager for Twitch. All right, so if I start with my own message with the hello. Yeah, okay, so we got a chat message from me. And if I send another one again, so hi, I did not see another thing. I've seen this username before. Skipping returns you. Why are you upset? Are you upset because I'm not using you? Oh, taking immutable reference to a const item. Each usage of a const item creates a new temporary. The mutable reference will refer to this temporary, not the original. Oh, okay. Well, that's a problem. Okay, so I need a more centralized way to do this. Because each time I'm getting this const, it's a temporary thing. Unless I'm like dereffing it or something like that. But I feel like that would be maybe getting a little bit too close to unsafe territory. So I need a state here. Just in run, because we have a loop here. And so I wonder if I should just create it and initialize a state here. Okay, so let's do that. And we're going to put in messages, I guess, like scene usernames. And that can be a vec of, ooh, now if I do stir like that, oh, good. Okay, so you're not going to require me to put in a lifetime. Excellent. Okay, so wait, what? Now I do need a lifetime. Fine, I'll do a lifetime. I mean, I don't really care what this lifetime is, so we'll just do an unlabeled like that. Now, can I derive default? And debug. Okay, so far so good. Back to you. Let's now do let mute. Okay, so if we have our state, it's a mutable reference to the state. I want to pass this into the hello queue. A mutable reference to the state. Maybe we can just go with owned data to avoid borrow checker fun. Yeah, we could, but I don't think it shouldn't be that specific. Lifetime, I don't think should cause us problems. I mean, I guess we can use cows, right? I could use a cow would work with that, wouldn't it? That would allow me to avoid the lifetime, but still work with a reference to data. That's how cows work, right? Can I find? Okay, so the question is, are you going to care? So yeah, it doesn't really care about the lifetimes at this point, which is fine. As long as it doesn't perpetuate, I'm going to be okay with that. Okay, so we don't need you anymore. Now if just state dot scene usernames contains this, push that in. I think either way makes sense and works. Argument requires that username is borrowed for 1. Username does not live long enough. Username, yeah, so you're like that. But where did I lose username? Because that's a reference to it. Oh, as string, am I losing it at this point in time? Yeah, let's type that state. Binding username declared here. Yeah, that's fine. Username dropped here while still borrowed. Oh, you're right. Yeah. Oops. That's the problem. Okay, never mind. You're right. I'm dropping this pretty quickly. I don't think I can go with the cow either. Well, maybe I could, but let's not worry about it. Let's just go with let's go with the string. It'll be fine. What's the worst that could possibly happen to the system I'm streaming on? If state implemented clone, you could clone the value. Oh, okay. Sure. Clone. Why not? Q. Okay, so if you contain the stir. Oh, it doesn't need to be an as string anymore. Okay, so if you contain a reference to username, push the username. All right, so now this should work. Move occurs because state has type state, which does not implement the copy trait. Oh, you need to be, oh no. I forgot that this isn't a Tokyo spawn. Wait, but isn't this entire thing in the spawn? Oh yeah, Tokyo spawn right here. Because that's inside this loop here. Oh. Wait, but the loop is each message that I get. Yeah, each message. Okay, so this needs, all right, needs to be thread safe. We can use an arc mutex for this. I think we're going to have to. Okay, so we created an arc mutex, and that should make it legal to now pass into here. I don't need to pass in a reference stat. I can just clone this. Does arc mutex, does an arc implement copy? I don't remember if it does. Okay. So I'm going to grab you. That's going to be great. Okay, so then state, I need to lock the state. And then I can, when expression fields has a field of the same name. Wait a second. Does that return a lock result? So then I have to unwrap you or handle you in some way. Okay, so okay, we're locking the state. Getting that. That gives us the scene usernames. Oh, I can't. Oh, I thought I could. Okay, fine, fine. Do I have to map the error again? Map the error. It's a poison error. I wonder if I can then convert that into an error. So if I do an error, got an error, locking state. Okay, that gives me the scene usernames, contains that. Now, this is just an okay. Because it's not failing, we've just seen this before. Okay, and then we have to do the same thing here. And really, I can maybe grab this out. So like so this is a wrap state. Okay, so I want to lock this. Map the error. Do that entire thing. We get you. Don't need that. Then I can just do the scene usernames. Okay, we do that. Push you. And we'll return an okay at the end. Oh, is it lock mute or? How do I get it as mutable? Because arc mutex lets me do that. Or wait. Cannot borrow state as mutable. It's not declared as mutable. Oh, that's why. Okay, so we get you. You're all fine. That's great. I've seen this username before. Okay. We see, okay, so mutable state. Actually don't know if you need to be mutable anymore. You're just state like that. And then down here when I use you, yeah, okay, so we do have to clone you because you're not, arc is not a copy. Use a move value state, value moved here in previous iteration of the loop. Well, yeah, that's fine, right? Move occurs because state has type arc mutex state, which does not implement the copy trait. I mean, do I just want to do something like let state clone? Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. Which means I shouldn't need to clone this again. Oh, and I have the result. So context this. Oh, does this function not return? Oh, it doesn't. Okay. I'm in the spawn, so we have to just unwrap you. Okay. Writing Rust would be a nightmare without their based AF compiler. Or yeah, basically just telling me what to do at all times would be much harder. I do have a challenge like idea to add into the stream manager eventually. It would be like when I'm not doing like courses or something more serious, would allow you guys to say like, okay, challenge time for the next half an hour or 20 minutes or whatever, you have to do this. Or maybe even like for the next logical thing, you have to do it in this way. And one of them was I have to turn off the LSP is one of them. Another one would be you have to write it by hand and use OCR to compile everything. And who knows, we can even just do that as like a full day challenge where it's like, okay, can I by the end of the day write like, I don't know, Pong or something by hand? Okay, so chat message, sending a message. Okay, so that everything should now work, right? We have a bunch of warnings, but no errors. So if we run this again, OCR stands for optical character recognition, and it is basically that's short for handwriting recognition. It basically, you just take in anything printed out like in text, and then it digitize that into something. So if you ever seen like a handwriting recognition where you write something out and then it converts it into just like actually like a string of text, that is OCR. All right. We got a message from Tea Kettle Drone. Excellent. Yeah, no, I meant that because there's still so many people that are required to do what is it called? Whiteboarding interviews. So I would almost imagine that it would be kind of fun to do a challenge where it's like, okay, well, let's now like take that to the next level. You actually have to like then run the code. Which like, you know, we'll release it into the world and then people will hate me because maybe some like company will probably take that and actually use it, which would be hilarious. All right, let's do let's see. So you send a message. Okay, and then TKettle, you send another message. I've seen this username before. Skipping. Excellent. Perfect. And so if I send a message, I got a chat message there. All right. Nice. They at least let you alias or abbreviate reverse data type names. Well, if the way I would do it, right? Like where it's OCR, then you have to do it everything yourself, right? There might be some kind of library that you can use that would like make things a little bit nicer and easier, but yeah, no, that's not my challenge. My challenge would be the hard mode. In real whiteboard interviews, you should always ask if you don't have to actually follow a language, but instead it can just do go through the logic, right? And abbreviate like a variety of different things. And if you can, that's so much better. But sometimes they don't let you do that. Sometimes they want real code, which is stupid. If you run a coding interview and you're requiring compiling code on a whiteboard, let's just stop. Okay, so our state is now working. This is great, which means that it's now time for us to figure out, I need to send that event message. And we saw that this is in front-end source events, so hello message. So, okay, I need to do that. But more importantly, when we create our front end, I need to hand it a receiver, right? Which means that this is in my main. For the front end, we need to get a receiver for you. So this is we have a front end sender, front end receiver. This is not going to be a one shot. Now I could do an MPSC, but I kind of want to do a Tokyo sync. Where was it? So there's the watch channel, but I don't think that's right. That's under Tokyo Sync watch. Okay, so Tokyo Sync. Oh, probably this. Tokyo Sync MPSC channel. And then this is going to be a front end events. What are you upset about? Oh, this function takes one argument. Wait a second. How does that work? Oh, it takes in a buffer, which is a usize. This channel will buffer up to the provided number of messages. Once the buffer is full, attempts to send a new message will wait until a message is received from the channel. The provided buffer capacity must be at least 1. All data sent on sender will become available on the receiver in the same order as it was sent. Okay, so I don't know if I really need to put anything in here. We can just say like 10. I don't know if it really matters. We should be handling them all. Which means in front end, for run, we want the receiver here, right? So this is going to be the event. Standard sync. Oh, do I have, wait. I have Tokyo in here, right? Maybe? No, I don't. Okay. Well, that's a thing. I think I can just get away with Tokyo, right? Oh, but I want Tokyo Sync. Okay, so that's probably all I really need right now. All right. We should be able to do. Okay, so this is going to be a receiver. Tokyo Sync MPSC receiver. There we go. And then this is going to have and my event in it. Okay, excellent. So okay, we get events here like that, which means we can head back to main and hand you in. It's going to be the front end receiver. Okay. Happy. Okay, now I need to send the front end sender to Stream Manager run. Okay. Then we hand it the front end sender. All right, so you're happy. Front end event is going to have to be passed into hello queue. What did I call this? Did I just call this front end events? I must have. Okay. So front end events. Forgot to save you, so you're going to be unhappy for a little bit of time, but that's going to be okay. Okay, so we push you in, and then I also want to send out, so this is going to be our front end events. We want to send, and it's events, hello message with the username inside, but that means you need to be a clone, like that. Okay. This function takes one argument, but 0 arguments were supplied. Oh, wait. Front end 1. Front end. Oh yeah, when I'm okay, so this is the receiver, right? I don't really care about this. So this is really Okay, so for testing purposes, that works, but we won't ever actually receive events on it, but that's okay. Use the move value. Okay, so I think I just have to, because it's inside of this thing, I have to do the same thing over here. So let okay. A bunch of warnings, but no errors. That's great, but we won't be able to actually see what happens to it. So in our front end here, we get the event. Okay, so I register the component. Okay, send a string to a recipient every second. So I don't need to do I need to do this whenever that event happens, don't I? So emitter, recipient, which is the component ID. Where's my send messages? Oh, so okay. Thread spawn move, send messages. Okay, so then I want to unhere get a message every time it's sent out. So this would be the event equals so I can just recv this, right? So receive the next value for this receiver. This method returns none if the channel has been closed. Okay. This method will sleep until a message is sent or the channel. Okay, so perfect. So recv, sleeping is fine here. We will await. We have an option event. Won't it wait until we get there? So I guess this should be a let sum or an if let. Some event. Do this thing. Okay. Now my event. So then I want to match on the event. I need to put this in an infinite loop, don't I? So I need to loop you. Okay, so this makes it a little bit better. So we can just say let some event. So recv await. Otherwise, continue. Okay, so now we have those events. I want to match on the event. Okay, so if we get a hello message, we have the message. And so weirdly, we know this is a username. And I want to send messages to here. Okay, so send messages to the emitter with the emitter and hello. I don't need to do that. I can just emit here. So we want to take their emitter and we're going to emit out, it's just a username, right? So I want to emit out the username, which is username, and then the component ID, which hello Q component. Okay. Okay, then I have the hello Q component there. Okay. Mismatch types expected. Nothing. Oh, found a okay, are you in a result? We are, no, we're in a spawn. So we have to unwrap this? Or I have to handle this as an okay. Maybe we just change this to be an okay. Uh, hmm. I don't really care about this, do I? Like, okay, so if I do okay like that, and we don't return to match. Oh, but you're not an async here. Let's see. Okay, we're in a loop. Do I want this to be a try rec v instead? And then we sleep? Because this only works if we're in an async handle. What kind of spawn is this? I want this to be a Tokyo spawn, don't I? Okay, Tokyo spawn. We can do a move, async. Okay, so that'll be a join handle. So we have a spawn. Is it async move or move async? Okay, so thread, loop through here. Oh, that closes you. Okay, there we go. That works. Okay, that's happier again. Thread join. There's no join anymore. If I want to do that, I have to thread await it. But it's an infinite loop now, so I don't actually care about that. Like, I don't need this thread. I don't need the handle. Events cannot borrow. That is events. Okay, so you need to be. Just declared you as mutable. Does that mean you're? Let's see. Oh, not that event. Not that one. Where's my other events? It's up here. Okay, make you mutable. Okay. So now theoretically, this will throw in a bunch of messages in here into hello Q. Okay, I want to just run this to see what we get, because I'm now really curious. Okay, so we start with the hi there, which is the default, right? And so now if we send a message, a username should pop up there. I think instead of a hi there, I think the R great will always be there regardless. And only one of us at a time. So if I say hello, got it. Okay, got a chat message from me. That didn't replace in there. Okay, none of you are unsaved. So I admit out the hello Q. Okay, so first of all, let's take care of all of these. Unused variable username. So announce config changed. Yeah, I'm not. Let's see. Don't need that. Don't need you. You don't need to be mutable. Oh, unused variable at all. Okay. Wait. Okay, so this element, let's just go ahead and do that. Right, okay, so I'm setting state name set the message. So it should have set over to what the last one was. Right, because like it's whatever this message was. But it didn't. Unused implementator of feature that must be used. Okay, so front end event send. Hub function hello Q. You need to be async. Oh, wait, am I not in a... Okay, so I'm in a Tokyo spawn, async move like that. Feature cannot be sent between threads safely. Cool, I was not trying to send a future itself. Front end events is the sender. That should be fine. The wrap state is fine, and then the username is just a string. Oh, fun. Okay. Can I do... Okay, so if I don't make the hello Q asynchronous, is there something besides send? blocking send. Blocking send to call outside of asynchronous context. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so no more errors there. Let's go find that the print line. Okay, so we get rid of that. And then theoretically it should send the thing to where I want it to go. Maybe? Okay, so now if we have a message sent, theoretically the hi there should be replaced by whoever the most recent username that's sent. So if I say hi, we get a crash. Cannot block the current thread from within a runtime. This happens because a function attempted to block the current thread while the thread is being used to drive asynchronous tasks. Source hello Q line 25. So that blocking send is what did it. Yes, the blocking send. Wait, what? It didn't crash? I thought it crashed. Oh, but it won't let me send it again because it needs somebody else, another username to do it. That's weird. Keep on doing this command to the wrong keyboard. Okay, so this is crashing. But it kind of crashes. Oh, I don't have any ads running for a while. This is crashing because something about you. I guess let's just restart it. Okay, so then when I send this message, or anybody sends a message, we get this. Can't run a thread from a lifetime. Oh, when I switch to full screen mode, it gets rid of the error. Oh. All right, so let's full screen use so we can see the full error. Thread Tokyo runtime worker panicked. Hello Q line 25 cannot block the current thread from within a runtime. This happens because a function attempted to block the current thread while the thread is being used to drive asynchronous tasks. So I cannot use the blocking method. Okay, so blocking send doesn't work either. So we have to find another way. So And also, when I attempt to put this into a async block, that didn't work. Try send. This method differs from send by returning immediately if the channel's buffer is full or no receiver is waiting. Okay, so maybe this one would work. Try send a little bit better. Try send. Okay, so we send the message, we context, and we exit out. Okay, so if we do that, all right, let's try this again. So if I send another message, nothing, nothing. Oh, I was hoping that would just work. Okay, so we don't get any errors, nothing crashed, which is, I suppose, a good thing. We know we were sending the message, but do we know if we're receiving the message? Probably not really, right? So we need to check to see. Okay, so if you're there, probably we'll just do a print line here. So print line, received, hello, message from username. We emitter emit the username, and then in hello Q. When we get you, we can also do a print line here. Setting name to message. Okay. No errors. Let's see if that works. Okay, so nothing here. So therein lies the next problem that we have, which is none of my print lines are working from in here, which would be an indication that this is not receiving the message. So we need to figure out a better way of doing that. Unfortunately, I've run out of time today. I have to head out a little bit early. Normally, I stream until about 1 o'clock, but I have a meetup that I'm going to tonight. So I'm actually going to be going to the Denver Script meetup, and I'll be doing a talk on introduction to Docker. I wrote a talk a short while ago, and I need to review it, make sure everything's working properly, do all that fun stuff. I know. I'm sorry, Diablo. If it's any helpful, here I'll do a special. I'll do a special for you. I need to walk away from the screen for a while, but here, let's do. Where's my cat large? Man, I was talking. I forgot that I didn't add in the microphone to the cat cam, the large cat cam. So none of you could not only couldn't see anything, you couldn't hear anything I was saying too. So that's cool. I know what I'm doing streaming wise. Also I completely missed the ad break was starting. So I will wait until it's done and then do my outro again. Okay, welcome back. Outro part 2. With this time with a large cat that you can watch plus what's going on. So tonight I'll be doing a meetup talk at Denver Script, Denver, which is a meetup that talks about pretty much anything like front end or back end, like a lot of web development type stuff. I've asked them that as long as it's sort of like web development related, I can do that. So eventually, maybe I'll do a talk there about Rust stuff, especially web dev Rust. But for today, my talk is going to be about Docker. I'm going to be doing a getting started with Docker. I'm the main speaker. I'll be talking at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, which is 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I believe. I think that's the way it goes. Yeah, it's later on the East Coast, earlier on the West Coast, something like that. So I know that's going to be pretty late for you, especially if you're over on the other side of the world from me. That will be probably an overnight type thing. Totally understand if you can't make it. It will be live streamed on their, let's see, I think they have a, yeah, it'll be live streamed on the Denver Script YouTube channel. And CJ is the host of it. And it is the CJ that you're thinking of. So with that all being said and done, I'm going to go off and get ready for that, do some last minute chores, do all that fun stuff so I can head over to that side of town in time for it. So with that, I hope that you all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye.